Hey YouTube, wanted to do another quick video on kind of the audio amp world. So in a previous video, I kind of did talk about my musical setup and how it really kind of changed how much I really like music, because prior to that, I've always listened to music through my phone or through some cheapo $20, $30 through my just plugged into my computer, and I don't know, I've always thought that was fine. And it wasn't until I kind of went with like a nice um, high-end amp, headphone deck, the kind of the whole setup, that I really kind of see the difference in music. So using that same, I'll just readjust the camera here, using the same kind of methodology or line of thinking around that same period of time, I started thinking, what about music, or I'm sorry, what about video games? Can it? I apologize, I have to do some adjusting here. Okay, so it kind of made me kind of want to think about my gaming. And again, I'm not a big gamer. First of all, I'm a PlayStation guy, so you can call me a PlayStation fanboy. If anything, I've owned all of them and continue to, and that's my extent of gaming. But uh, I had the original, what do you call it, PS Gold. Those big blue ones. You grab them so you guys can make sure I'm not butchering the name. So I've always used these. I had these for years, and I noticed that they had like a newer version of these, so I was kind of thinking about getting them, but because I was in my audio mode, it made me kind of question, wireless versus wired, can I get better sound? And I did a little investigating, and I decided to, instead of getting the new PlayStation headphones, I should maybe look into like a deck amp combo, and that's how I stumbled upon this one. This is the Steel Series Gamedac, and I basically plug it into your PlayStation. I actually have it into my PlayStation, and I used to have it into my computer too. And now I kind of switched between the two just to kind of compare to my other setup. But it really did. I mean, again, my only comparison is this. Okay, so I can't say how it works against anything else, but it did make, I think, a very much more improved uh, performance in gaming. Now, the games I typically play, I'm very much stuck in the same gaming pathway. All I ever 90% of my game playing is going to be Call of Duty Modern Warfare, the remake. I love my favorite game of all time, or Battlefield 4, 5. So basically shooter games. So where that is important, as everyone knows, is you're gonna hear the minor details, footsteps coming behind you, things like that. When a grenade falls, you hear a little tinkling, cling. That's where it kind of becomes very beneficial. So this has worked, I think, great in terms of sound. Like, I can definitely notice a difference between this and that. Now, to some degree, it all depends again on headphones. So these are closed back. So the closed back, you do get more of a kind of a punchier. They can get louder. They can get more bass heavy. It's kind of, you know, uh, how do I say it? It's enclosed, so it's going to be much more pronounced. With this one, I've experimented with different headphones. The three headphones I've used this for are, these are the Philips 99, and then I have two other ones that I've kind of experimented with on these just to see if there's any improvements. So these are the Sennheiser, what are these? These are 590, let me get this in here, 599, HD 599. And then these are the Audio Technica, I get stuck in something over there. These are the Audio Technica's M50X. So I've kind of tried them all three. This one, I think, because these are too high of impedance for these. So this is rated for 16 to 80 ohms. And I think this is right on the, can't remember what exactly these were. Let me look it up quickly here, but I believe it was kind of right on the cusp of its limit. And I think that kind of showed, because I've listened to these headphones on my musical amps. I kind of know its kind of potential a little bit, and it didn't quite feel like I was getting kind of the same sound as it is. So these are actually 50 ohms, so kind of, not, I guess, not on the high end, but not still within scope. But for some reason I just didn't get as good of a sound. The ones that I use primarily, so these Audio Technicas, these actually were very similar to these, mainly because these are closed. So it kind of really produced a very similar sound, that kind of punchy bass where, you know, the explosions were more booming. It kind of made it more, kind of more theatric, if that's the word. You know, you kind of made it more fun to hear all the sounds, like the booms and the explosions, the gunshots. It just kind of, you know, it's like almost kind of that movie theater sound. But I prefer these, and that's actually what's plugged in right now. These are the kind of open back. So these, what you sacrifice in, you know, that punch and boom and kind of that like exciting, thrilling sound, you gain in kind of sound stage. So you hear the clarity is much more pronounced. Like you can also kind of, how do I say, space things out better. Like again, when I apply this to gaming, I can pick up a little bit better where, like, if someone's coming up or then the left or the right of me, if I'm being shot at, you can kind of, you can pick up those types of things better with these open back, which is what I prefer. But at the cost of, you know, it's not, they're not as, I'm gonna say the word fun, because you don't get all the exciting booms and that rattling bass you get with these closed backs. So, but that's kind of the fun of getting something like that, is you can experiment and, you know, play around with it. The other part with this I like is that you could put a mic on it. Again, I don't get into the whole, you know, talking aspect in gaming. Sometimes if I want to talk to other people, I'll put these on, but for the most part, I don't need the mic. But these do support a mic, so you can actually control the volume between your mic and your headphones individually. But let me look at a couple other settings here. You do have an equalizer. So it comes with a couple preloaded ones, or you can make your custom one, and you can actually do this all on your computer too. So you can connect your computer, tweak these to your liking so they're all set up on here, but you can also go through here individually and you know, set them up as well if you want. So you can pick and choose which hurts and adjust it. It has several input modes. So again, this can actually support, I think, 3. Actually, I think 2. So you can support your game or your PC. So input is PS4, high res, or PC. So I have it in high res, but it's still my PS4 because I'm using the optical one goes into. So both these actually are hooked up. So both of these go into the PlayStation. This, the USB, and the optical. And then you have your headphone adapter. Probably the only thing I don't like about it is that you have to use this adapter because it has a proprietary connection, I think, for their headphones, I'm guessing. So it's kind of annoying that you have to use this dongle, and if this were ever to break or you lose it, you're kind of, you know, in a bad place. So I don't like that you have to use that, but it is what it is. You can also output sound. If you want to have external speakers, you can do that as well. Again, because this is a deck, but also an amp. So if you have speakers you want to power, I don't know how much it can power, but probably powered speakers would be better. You can adjust the brightness on the display. You can time out. So you get some things there. Again, this is to pair with their headphones, where I think they have SteelSeries sells headphones. They have like a LED ring on the outside here, and I think this is to control the lights. And your about menu. So very simple, easy to navigate menu. Again, I never been going here. I mean, it's more of a set and forget it for me. And then yeah, that's pretty much it. So short video, but I think this is a great little amp, deck amp combo. I think They retail for 130 bucks. I believe I got this on Black Friday. Actually, I think it'll be 2 years old now, right? Yeah, I think it'll be 2 years this Black Friday. And I think I got it for like, I want to say $80-ish, so 80, 90, something like that. So, for the money, it ended up being cheaper than buying. Actually, I take that back. Was on Black Friday, I think they're called the platinum ones, like the highest ones, were about the same price. So I was kind of torn which ones to get. Um, but in the end, I got this. I'm kind of happy I did, just because you kind of get the freedom. So if I'm kind of the more detail and kind of accuracy of the game, I go with kind of the open backs. And if I want kind of the more punchy bass, I'll put these suckers on. And like I said, these, I don't know, these are great headphones, but I don't know, for some reason, they were good, don't get me wrong, it's nothing wrong with them, but I just felt like these, the Audio Technicas or the Philips, were kind of the two better gaming ones. And for the most part, I'd say 80% of the time I'm using these. So the Audio Technicas I'll put on every now, like every now and then I'll play GTA 5, I'll wear these because that's not really like a detail oriented game. So I'll put those on. And I should also mention, obviously, with closed back, there's less sound leakage. So if you're playing, you know, in a room that you have someone next to you, these open back ones leak a lot of sound. So something to consider. And just for shits and giggles, I did try running. Gosh, all the cords are getting stuck on me here. I did try running these on there, and yeah, I mean, again, these are very high impedance. I just put it on there just to see what it would sound like, and it's not that it's a bad combo. It's just you can't properly power these, so you don't get anything special out of them. But I knew that going into it. But yeah, I think that's all I have to say on it. Other than I think it's a great little amp, and I give it my uh, thumbs up endorsement. So if you're looking for something to enhance your gaming, um, this may not be the best one, but certainly is good enough, especially for the price. All right. Any questions, let me know. And once again, thanks for watching.